So the PlayStation VR just got a whole lot cheaper, at least for now. I'm not really sure how long the sale is going on, but when I saw the sale during the PlayStation Experience event, I was honestly shocked. I couldn't really believe they were marking it down this much. They're definitely trying to get these into people's homes now, because while it has sold up to 2 million, I believe now, that's definitely not the pace that they wanted. They wanted to be faster than that. This PlayStation VR, this bundle is $200, marked down from $400. As far as I can tell, Walmart is doing this at least. I'm sure other places are as well, because Sony announced it for like across the board. But if you're interested in this, it's $200. It was marked down for $400. I had to let them know at Walmart when I went there in store that they need to check their website, because it's currently marked down on rollback for them. It still comes up in their computer, at least today when I got it, at $400. So let them know, and they will price match it immediately. This bundle in particular caught my eye because it comes with the camera, the headset, everything else needs to work with it minus the Move controllers, and then Gran Turismo Sport is also a part of this. So I figure we'll quickly unbox it for anyone who's interested. It's a $200 headset, and I think this is the best deal we're going to see for VR, like bar none. This, I think, is it. So I'll do my best here because there is a lot to go through here. The one thing I noticed right away is I like the packaging, so I'm going to probably flip this all the way around, just because it has to come out the other side. It has a big flap on this side, and it just kind of has this here to grab, and you kind of pop it out of there like this. And that whole box is more like just one big sleeve that goes to the side. More for advertising, things like that, just to be more colorful. And this is the actual box, and it's kind of cool because it opens up in a specific way. This kind of slides off there, and then the entire thing opens like that. It actually has a nice piece of fabric there, kind of holding it open, like nylon strap that kind of holds it. Kind of like that. That's actually really neat. So the box itself is actually done pretty well. Let me get this camera up higher and you guys can kind of look down into it. So right away, we have a book here, it looks like, and I already know this is probably for setting it up, because setting up VR is a whole thing. There's a lot that goes into it, and it looks like it almost runs you through like it's like, you know how like you'd get Legos? At least I did a while ago. I don't really build Legos anymore, but remember you'd get them and they would go through step by step like pictures and everything? This really reminds me of like putting Legos together, like the whole instructions, but it just shows you got to use the booster box, the camera, there's a whole splitter and everything that goes on there. You plug your headphones in there, and then you plug it into the wall, and then it tells you to sit like 3 feet back. It's a whole thing. There's 3 separate power buttons. Obviously, one's for your TV, one's for your PlayStation 4, and then one is for your headset. So you got to be ready to hit all of that, and you got to kind of have a certain play area set up. So this isn't something you just put the VR headset on and you just go. There's a lot to it, actually. So let me put this over here, and I guess we'll take this guy out first. This should have the booster box in it, which is kind of the little, oh, it also has the demo disc in there. Demo disc 2.0. Comes with, I think, a little bit of everything, just kind of like a sample disc. Reminds me of the old Dreamcast disc I got with my Dreamcast back in the day that had like Sonic Adventure and Tomb Raider and stuff on it. Just like a level of each. So this is the booster box here. You need this in between. More than likely it splits signals, and it also helps in processing and really determining where the VR headset is and what it's doing. But it looks like a mini little PS4. You guys have probably seen these before. I might be able to take this apart. I don't think I'm going to be able to take the headset apart, because I think the headset is mostly sealed. But of course, I'll look around just to see. Maybe there are some screws or something, or even clips I can pop out there. Comes with terrible looking headphones. I don't think I'd use these. And then of course a USB cable, and then a power cable for the booster box. I'm curious what it's rated. Let's see. 12 volt, it's a 12 volt 3 amp cable. That's actually pretty strong. So that tells me that booster box is actually probably doing a little more than splitting signals. It's definitely there for processing power as well. To the left of that, we have, I guess this is just more cables, splitting cables and what, yep. A whole bunch of cables actually. It's a clip, power cable, just cables on top of cables. Like I said, it's not an easy setup. There's a lot going on. This is probably something a lot of people were curious with. It is a physical copy. I know a lot of times we buy like bundles and it's just a digital code or something. This is the physical copy, so it's not like a code, which is really cool. This is something I'll actually check out. I'm not a big racing fan, simulation racing fan, but I like the inclusion of PlayStation VR in this, and this might be one of the first games I try out with it. And then of course check the demo disc, and then the Last Guardian, I guess called demo, the 20-minute thing is online for free, I guess, as well to try out. So now let's actually start ripping this guy apart and see what all of this is. There's a lot of stuff. There's like a splitter cable, HDMI cables all over the place. I just want to actually get to the headset. I'm not even to that point. You see all the stuff coming out of this box. Another HDMI cable. There's actually PlayStation VR wipes, microfiber cloth, more cardboard. Finally, this is the last thing. I do like the packaging, if I could put this aside for a second. It's a little thing, but it's something that's overlooked a lot. This is actually a closed cell foam, so that headset had no chance of actually being bumped or damaged. And I like when they actually spend the time to package it correctly. That's really cool. This whole actual box and setup is very nice. I'll give them that. That's actually really cool. So I'm gonna finally put this to the side here, and we'll take a look at the PlayStation VR headset. Now, I believe this is the older model. I don't think this has the HDR pass-through that they put with the newer ones. I think that's the reason they're able to fire sell these so much, but if you don't care as much about that, it's not a big deal. I'll have to verify, but I'm pretty confident this is not the newer model. So there is our PlayStation VR headset. Again, if you've unboxed one, you've probably already seen this, but I thought it'd be kind of cool to see, to make sure everything is there in that $200 bundle that's being thrown around. So I'm excited to finally have this, and I think $200 is a good price, because at that point, it's officially cheaper than the system itself. I think it was really odd that you had to try to buy this and it was more than the system. It sounds crazy when this doesn't do anything on its own, but kind of cool. I'll check some stuff out, guys. Some of you are probably curious about my thoughts on VR and if I'm even able to get this thing apart, because so far I am not seeing any place to pop this guy open, guys. But the booster box would be interesting because I want to see what's in there, like an ARM processor sitting in there to help out. What is it doing? That could be kind of fun to check out. But guys, thanks for joining for the PSVR $200 unboxing. Again, it does have a physical copy of Gran Turismo Sport, which is pretty cool because this game I know it was cut down in price, but it was like $40 to $60. That's actually a pretty good deal considering it also comes with the headset. I almost forgot to point out it does have the camera. That was the big thing. At the end I was like, wait, did I unbox the camera? It does have the camera, guys. Don't worry, that clip is for the camera. I had a little moment there. I was like, oh wait, did I not get a camera? It's kind of hidden because it's a small camera. It's actually in that box that has the cables and the clip. I kind of browsed right by it because I wanted to get to the headset. But yes, it does have the camera. So it has the VR headset, the camera, the game, and then a whole ton of cables along with a PlayStation VR demo disc. So $200 is I think a great deal for this, and I think if they can get it down to $200 consistently, even without a game, I think that is the perfect price point. Thanks guys for joining me for this. I guess stay tuned if I can get any of this apart. Probably the booster box I can get apart. I don't know about this, and then maybe some impressions and stuff. We'll see. Thanks guys, and I'll see you next time.